Alright folks, Johnny Quest here. I had someone ask me how do I cook my trout, so I told them that I'm going to show them how I do that recipe that I posted on another video. I'll go ahead and repost the recipe under this video so that you guys can relate. And all I do first, this is just the first step, is I used Old Bay. It's a really good seafood seasoning, and I always shake it well because you know some powders they set heavier than others. It's kind of like minerals, the same. But this is all filled with real good. You can use it for fish, shrimp, chicken, you know, and some other stuff. I only use it for fish. I have my own recipes with other foods, but for trout, this is what I put on. And all you want to do, folks, is you just want to go ahead and sprinkle it on like this. Make sure that it's nice and covered on the top with it, like that. And make sure that you cover all your fillets. I already filleted the trout. I'll maybe do another video at another time on how to fillet trout, but this is how to cook it, not how to fillet it. And you make sure that it's all seasoned thoroughly. Make sure you cover every part of your fillet. Nothing is left undone. And that's pretty much it, folks. You go ahead and make sure it's all covered like this. And you get yourself a nice aluminum foil. Like, give me 1 second. Get yourself some aluminum foil. Just get a small piece of foil, put it out, cover your fillets up, and put it in your refrigerator for 2 hours, and I will see you guys in 2 hours. Johnny Quest on the move, trout cooking. Well, Johnny Quest here, folks. It's been 2 hours, and we're ready to start cooking our trout. I got the rice done already and the red beans over here. But this is in how to cook the trout. So you can eat it with your favorite other foods that you eat fish with. This is going to be fried, and I'm going to fry it here. And this is really important. I stopped specifically here before I even started frying because a lot of people, they want to be flipping their stuff, and a lot of times, you know, if you didn't cook your fish ready and you try to flip your fish, it'll break up on you because fish is really fragile if it's not cooked yet all the way through. So, but this is not the case of what we're doing here today. You don't have to flip your fish, but what I do recommend is using a large spatula and a smaller spatula. And that will help you actually to be able to take the fish out. And the small spatula, I pretty much just use it just as a holder for the fillets to be able to, you know, scoop them easier, and to put a little bit of the heated oil already over the top. We're not going to be flipping these, okay? Even though it is another method of cooking, this is not the method we're using with what we're doing today. I already have right here pre-mixed my honey and soy, okay, as I specified on the recipe, and I already pre-mixed it over here. And another tool you're going to need for cooking is this little guy right here. I believe they call it a spattle. Alright, and you're going to need a spattle because this is what you're going to use to scoop the honey and soy, and you're going to lightly pour it over when your fish is at medium done. So when your fish is medium way done, that's when you put this guy on. You don't want to start right off the bat and put this guy in there, okay? Or the fish will not take the effect that it's supposed to take when you're cooking it, and it won't lock in the sweetness of the honey in the fish. Now, your fish is not going to taste like honey, trust me on this. Alright, it will taste like trout, but it will have a sweet taste into it, and it's something that you really want to do. So what I'm going to do first is, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and take the aluminum foil off of here, put that aside, okay, and you can see that the fish are pretty much marinated and ready, and I'm going to put that right here, and I'm going to heat up my oil right here, and I'm going to start it high just to get it first started, okay. And as soon as you start seeing movement in your oil, it will swirl when the heat starts setting. You're going to turn your knob down, okay, to a little bit under, that's on one notch between medium and medium high. And you want to leave it there. You don't want this oil super, super hot that when you put that in there, it's going to just flare out. You don't want to do that, okay. But for right now, we want to bring the oil quickly to a heating condition. So we're going to be looking in the oil here. And I have it set on full high, so I'm looking at the oil and watching. I can already see it starting to break up a little bit, and this is what you want to do. You want to make sure that you bring it up to heating temperature, so that afterwards we bring it down and it's ready to be used. And we're going to do 2 fillets at a time, okay. And let me get a plate over here while that heats up, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our fish, okay, in a couple of paper towels and a plate. And the reason you want to do that is you want to make sure that you get the excess oil, all right, that stays on your fish. You don't want it on your fish, okay. You want to get off the excess oil, and you're going to put the fillets there as soon as they're done. So I'll be getting the fillets, putting them in the fire. I'll be working them in the fire, and then you will move them from there into your plate here with the napkin. Now this is starting to break up. I'm going to lower the heat already right there, and I could already see the little lines are all split everywhere. You can see that the oil has a lot of split lines in there. That means that that oil is ready. That oil is ready to put whatever frying type food you're going to put in. In this case, we're doing trout, so you're going to grab 1 fillet at a time, like so, okay, and you can hear that going. Now the oil will slightly cover to the top, almost, not completely, of your fillets. So when you put them in there, and you're going to hear that they're already sizzling. They're not too high, okay, they're medium to medium high, and you want to cook them this way. You don't want to cook this fast. This is not something you're going to cook fast. And the reason that you don't want it fully covered is because you're going to put the magic sauce in them when they're almost ready. Now you got to be watching, because fish cooks really fast. So you got to be paying attention to your fish and look at it. It's going to shrivel and shrink. Before that happens, your fish is going to first turn from its reddish color that you can see here, okay, and it's going to turn from this reddish white color that trout has into almost white, and you're going to see most of the edges will turn really, really white, okay, once they're getting almost to that medium sector of cooking that you do want to get them in, okay, and you're going to like keep it there and get your guy ready, because you're going to have to really move with this. You can't, you know, waste time. There's no wasting time when you're cooking this. Okay, and I could already see here, and I'm going to get this out just to show you a little bit of the color. Okay, and I don't know if you can see it perfectly there. All right, as I'm trying to get it a little bit closer. But it's kind of whitish already, and almost the red is all gone. And that's exactly what you want to do, is you want to get that like that, and then you want to get this guy here, and you leave it low like this. You do not want to raise that heat. And you're going to get just a little bit on your spattle, and you want to pour it in the middle here like this. And you can go ahead and pat it if you want. It's not going to harm anything or change anything in what you're doing. And pour it over the top of that fish, okay, as it's cooking. Now this is going to cook all the way through, Okay, and you're going to wait until it is pretty much shriveled. And that's what's going to happen here. It's going to shrivel up. And that's about all you want to do there. Okay. And put that guy right there. And now I'm going to wait until it's fully cooked. And that's where this guy comes in. What you want to do is, you want to just wave, kind of like when you used to fry eggs back in the day. You want to wave that little bit of oil that's heated up over your still reddish parts of your trout, okay, so that it cooks that reddish part of your trout. And like I said, now note, this is not going to stick. This is a 10-inch frying pan, by the way, and it's one of those real good green super non-stick pans, which makes this job even 10 times easier. But you're just going to keep doing this, and you're going to keep watching your fish, because you want to keep an eye. Once you see it start, and it's going to really start wrinkling, okay, around the edges, that's when you know that it's fully cooked, and your fish is ready. Once that happens, your fish is ready to take out. And we're going to get our big boy over here, and let me move this closer. Okay, and you move your big spatula to scoop them out. Okay, and the reason you're doing this, what I'm doing, you're not only moving the oil, but you're going to see some of your sauce. And what you're doing is you're really waving some of that sauce back on as it drips off. And that's going to make your fish kind of a little bit yellowish. Alright, and it starts to sink into your fish. And like I said, you're going to watch your fish, and it's not cooking at a fast pace, because you don't want to do that. Okay? You definitely do not want to overcook or undercook your fish. And this is a great way to fry your trout. Okay? And you can see that, you know, see my finger can be on the trout. That's how you want to have it. You want to make sure that the top of your fillet is exposed, and that you're only affecting it by you waving the hot grease and the mixture of your honey to come over it. And the reason you don't want to make this too hot, you don't want this burning your trout. You know, this is your dinner. So don't burn your trout. And you see how I'm just being careful and patient. This is about patience. You know, cooking is an art. It's a beautiful art. I'll tell you a little bit of history about myself. My grandmother owned 4 restaurants in her lifetime, and so I did a lot of cooking for a lot of different people. And that was in Miami, Florida. And it was a blessing to learn so many different kind of foods. This is just one simple way of cooking this. I can cook trout in probably about, I would say about between 12 to 13 different ways right off the top of my head that I would know. But there's a billion other recipes in cooking trout out there, folks. This is just one of many, and it's delicious. You won't regret learning how to do this way. That is for sure. And like I said, you want to keep doing this, and you're going to keep looking at your trout, and you'll see in the edge, and I'm going to slightly grab this one just to show you. You can see how it's starting to get gold, that gold color. Let me tilt it a little so you can see. And it's starting to get that gold color in there, and you want that. That's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for that gold color on the white meat. Okay? And you're going to start seeing it shrink on the edges. You got to look at those edges. So don't be afraid to grab a little bit on your spatula and look at the edge. You want to make sure that edge starts wrinkling, because when that wrinkle forms, your trout's ready to come out. You know? Or else you're going to burn it. If you don't pay attention, and you're going to see it is just slightly. You're not looking for, like, you know, grandma wrinkles here. You just want a little bit of wrinkle and that toasty, edgy look on your trout that it will get from it being fried. So you really want to be paying attention to that, and you want to keep doing this that I'm doing. You want to keep waving the oil on top of the fillets, and you can see how nice and golden brown it is. You know, you get, and you don't want dark unless you like it super cooked. This isn't a steak that you're going to eat well done. Alright, and here we go. And this is pretty much already, I can see the edge already is toasty. And that's exactly what you want. You want that wrinkly, toasty look on your edges. Okay, and then what you're going to do is, you move your guy over here with your napkin to grab the excess oil that might come out from your fillet. And you want to do this, and just use your small spatula and scoop it up. And let some of that oil out. And put it down. Okay, and grab the other one. And let some of that oil out. And put it down. And pretty much, folks, that's it. That's pretty much how you get it done. And this is one of the simplest, and it's delicious way of cooking trout. So enjoy your meal, and I hope that this helped you to understand how to cook some trout in a different way, and a simple way. And enjoy your fishing too, because that's what we're about. Johnny Quest out.